my humble privilege and honor to introduce President Barack Obama, a man of great and rare character, proven to be true to his words and commitments to Indian country. Under his leadership, we've witnessed extraordinary strides in restoring trust between Indian people and the United States, as well as significant advancements in health, security, and accountability for our trust resources. Prior to the introduction of the calendar system, we base our reference to significant events on our belief that for everything under the sun, there is a season. When we reflect on this last year, every season bore a significant accomplishment under the leadership of President Obama. In the spring, the Indian Healthcare Improvement Act became permanent. In the summer, the President signed into law the Tribal Law and Order Act, which will improve the abilities of states, tribes, and federal jurisdictions to cooperatively investigate and prosecute crime in Indian country. This fall, the Keepseagle suit was settled to redress wrongs and to pave a way for equitable treatment of Native American farmers and ranchers. Still fresh in our minds as we head into the winter season is the Claims Resolution Act of 2010, which will restore faith in the principles of justice and fairness in the resolution of the divisive Cobell case and settlement of 4 Indian water rights claims. Thanks to the leadership of President Obama, Indian people have good reason to hope for a new season of growth, prosperity, and an answer to our humble prayers to secure our basic human rights and dignity, and to live only as the Creator intended on lands bestowed to our ancestors from the beginning of time. It is my extraordinary honor to introduce President Barack Obama.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Everybody, please be seated. Thank you. Thank you, Fawn, for that wonderful introduction. Thanks to all of you. It is wonderful to be with you here today. I see a lot of friends, a lot of familiar faces in the house. I want to thank all the tribal leaders who have traveled here for this conference. And I also want to recognize all the wonderful members of Congress who are here, as well as members of my cabinet, including Secretary Salazar, who is doing terrific work here at Interior on behalf of the First Americans and on behalf of all Americans. So thank you very much, everybody. You know, yesterday, I had the chance to meet with several tribal leaders at the White House, continuing a conversation that began long before I was president. And while I'm glad to have the opportunity to speak with you this morning, I'm also very eager to see the results of today's meeting. I want to hear more from you about how we can strengthen the relationship between our governments, whether in education or health care, or in fighting crime, or in creating jobs. And that's why we're here today. That's a promise I've made to you. I remember more than 2 years ago in Montana, I visited the Crow Nation, one of the many times I met with tribal leaders on the campaign trail. You may know that on that trip, I became an adopted Crow Indian. And my Crow name is One Who Helps People Throughout the Land. And